Boom. That's not just brute force. That's Danny Garcia, dissecting opponents with timing so sharp it looks like destiny. That left hook, it doesn't just land, it detonates. He sees the angle, reads the mistake, and strikes with clinical, ruthless precision. Footwork, patience, ring IQ. He doesn't just brawl, he hunts. One move ahead, 2 steps calmer, always ready to end the night early. And when the gloves come off, that power moves different. It hums down the streets in custom rides, flashes through diamond-encrusted watches, and echoes inside a lifestyle earned through war. His home, his trophies, his millions, they weren't handed to him. They were fought for. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated to be around $8 million. A 2-division world champ. Still slick, still dangerous. So before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an inside look at the lives of the world's biggest sports stars. Now let's get into it. March 20th, 1988, North Philadelphia. In a neighborhood where the line between survival and success is razor thin, a boy named Danny Óscar Garcia was born. The son of Puerto Rican immigrants, he was destined to carry more than just a pair of gloves into the ring. He carried legacy, pride, and the weight of a culture hungry for its next icon. It was his father, Ángel Garcia, a former boxer himself, who lit the fuse. By 10 years old, Danny was in the Harrowgate Boxing Club, small for his age, but burning with something bigger than size: obsession. That obsession would carry him through 120 amateur fights, a 2006 U.S. National Championship, and into the unforgiving world of professional boxing. And once he stepped through those ropes, he made sure the world remembered his name. With a powerful, almost poetic counter left hook, he started knocking down opponents and knocking on the door of greatness. In 2012, he burst into global stardom when he stunned Amir Khan with a thunderous third-round knockdown and finished him off in the 4th, unifying the WBA, WBC, and the ring light welterweight titles in a single night. That victory didn't just put him on a map, it carved his name into the walls of boxing history. Between 2012 and 2015, he reigned as the undisputed force at 140 pounds, defending his unified titles against elite fighters. Then, he moved up in weight, where the challenge was fiercer and the lights even brighter. In 2016, he captured the WBC Welterweight Championship, proving he could conquer more than one division. And even in defeat, like his razor-thin loss to Keith Thurman, he showed resilience, heart, and skill that kept him firmly among the elite. His hand speed? Still lightning. His timing? Still lethal. But what drives a man who's already conquered 2 divisions and proven everyone wrong? That answer lies deeper in the man behind the gloves. His amateur career was a baptism by fire. He faced the nation's toughest young prospects, racking up 107 wins and only 13 losses. He claimed the 2005 Under-19 National Championship, the 2006 PAL National title, and a spot on Team USA. But while others saw medals, Danny saw something else: pressure. Every punch thrown at him in those years wasn't just a shot at a win. It was a challenge to his identity, his worth, his dreams. By the time he turned pro in 2007, Danny Garcia wasn't just a kid with fast hands. He was a weapon forged in Philadelphia's boxing crucible. That November, at the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City, he made his debut. The opponent was Mike Denby. The night was cold, the crowd half interested. But Danny? He was heat and hunger bottled up in a 19-year-old body. Denby barely made it through the first round. A few sharp right hands and a violent right-left combo later, he was done. Garcia didn't just win, he arrived. Over the next few years, he carved a quiet but deadly path through the super lightweight division. Jesus Villarreal, Marlo Cortez, Charles Wade, they all fell. And they all fell the same way. Confused, stunned, and sprawled on the canvas. Victims of a left hook that was fast becoming Danny's signature. It wasn't just powerful, it was surgical. Timed to perfection. It was the kind of punch that made people whisper after a fight. Did you see that? By 2008, Garcia was no longer a prospect. he was a threat. He began stacking up wins against tougher names: Julio Gamboa, Mike Arnautis, Ashley Theophane, Nate Campbell. These were veterans, men who'd been to the edge and back. But against him, their experience wasn't enough. He fought with a chip on his shoulder, as if every round was personal. Every jab was a message. Then came the moment that changed everything. March 24th, 2012. Houston, Texas. Garcia stood across from Mexican legend Erik Morales, a four-division world champion. The WBC super lightweight belt was on the line. Morales came in heavy, 2 pounds over the limit, stripped before the first bell. But that didn't matter to Danny. He wasn't fighting for a belt. He was fighting for validation, for the torch. Morales started strong, even bloodied Garcia's nose. But Danny didn't break. He adjusted, took control. Then, in the 11th round, he dropped Morales with a brutal counter. The decision was unanimous. The message was louder. A new king had arrived. Just 4 months later, Garcia faced Amir Khan, a fight that would define his career. Khan was the favorite. Slick, fast, Olympic pedigree. But he was unshaken. He knew what he had, knew what was waiting. In the 3rd round, he found it. One perfect left hook as Khan rushed in, and suddenly the script flipped. Khan went down hard, got up on rubber legs, and was dropped again. In the 4th, Danny closed the show. That was the night the world stopped doubting him. From there, the legend only grew. He knocked out Morales in their rematch with a left hook that nearly sent the veteran spinning out of the ring. He outpointed Zab Judah in a Brooklyn firefight, dropped him in the 8th, and silenced another doubter. Then came Lucas Mathis, the feared Argentine knockout artist. Most thought Danny wouldn't survive. But under the bright lights of the Mayweather-Canelo undercard, Garcia delivered a boxing masterclass. Even with a swollen eye, he stayed composed, dropped Mathis in the 11th, and walked out with the belt still his. That stretch, from 2012 to 2013, was Garcia at his apex. Unified world champion, undefeated, feared, and at long last respected. But boxing isn't a straight line, and even kings get questioned. In 2014, Garcia took a controversial majority decision over Mauricio Herrera in Puerto Rico. Many thought he lost. A mismatch with Rod Salka followed. Garcia knocked him out in 2, but fans criticized the bout. Then came Lamont Peterson, a fight that turned into a tactical chess match. Garcia edged it, but once again, people murmured, "Is he slipping?" So, he did what champions do. He looked for a new mountain. In 2015, Garcia moved up to welterweight. First up, Paulie Malignaggi, a veteran with tricks and a tough chin. Garcia dismantled him over 9 rounds. Then came Robert Guerrero in early 2016. The stakes were high, the vacant WBC welterweight title on the line. Garcia boxed smart, mixed precision with power, and walked out with gold on his waist once more. But the toughest battles were still ahead. March 4th, 2017, Garcia versus Thurman, a unification bout, the kind of fight that cements legacies. Both men undefeated, both holding a piece of the welterweight crown. What followed was a tactical war. Fast hands, sharp counters, momentum shifts. When it ended, the judges gave it to Thurman by split decision. Even in defeat, he remained elite. He rebounded by stopping Brandon Rios in 2018, but his next title shot, against Sean Porter, ended in another close loss. Another war. Another reminder that at this level, inches decide everything. He fought again in 2020 against the pound-for-pound great Errol Spence Jr. once again. Garcia stood tall, but Spence was sharper, more active. Danny lost by unanimous decision, but his warrior spirit was intact. In July 2022, after nearly 2 years away, Garcia returned at 154 pounds against Jose Benavidez Jr. Critics questioned the move. Was he too small for the weight? Too rusty? But he reminded everyone who he was. Crisp jab, slick movement, that signature timing. He won a majority decision and looked good doing it. A new chapter had begun. Then came what would be his final title shot, a chance at middleweight gold against Arislani Lara in 2024. Danny gave it everything, but Lara's southpaw style and ring generalship proved too much. After 9 grueling rounds, Garcia's corner stopped the fight. Today, the numbers are set in stone. Former unified super lightweight champion, former welterweight champion, victories over legends, and a left hook that will be studied for decades. But now, the gloves are nearly off. The roar of the crowd has softened. So, the question becomes, what does a fighter do when the fight is over? That's the next chapter. And knowing Danny Garcia, it might just be his most surprising yet. Behind the lights, beyond the roaring crowds, and away from the thunder of fists hitting flesh. Who is a fighter when the world isn't watching? For Danny Garcia, the answer lies not in the titles he's won, but in the world he built when no one was looking. A world grounded in love, anchored in purpose, and driven by something deeper than fame, legacy. At the center of that world is Erica Mendez. More than just his partner, Erica is the steady hand that held him down through chaos, the quiet force beside the warrior. With a soul that blends music, nursing, and entrepreneurship, she brought her own kind of fight into their life, a determination that matched Danny's punch for punch. Together, they found balance in the storm, and from their bond came their greatest joy, a daughter named Philly Swift Garcia. Her name, a bold echo of her father's journey, carried the weight of heritage and the rhythm of the city that made him. Danny Garcia lives the kind of life that reminds you just how far sheer willpower can take a man. His lifestyle today isn't just about luxury. It's a celebration of triumph, a living monument to the battles he's endured and conquered. Tucked away in the heart of his hometown is a $1.5 million mansion that speaks without saying a word. Every sleek surface, every high-end finish tells a story of battles fought and won, not just in the ring, but in life. It's more than a house. It's a trophy he lives in. And parked in the driveway, a fleet that reads like a champion's dream. The Bentley Mulsanne Flying Spur, the Lamborghini Urus, the Porsche Panamera, each one a roaring statement of style and power. For Garcia, speed and precision don't stop when the gloves come off. But beyond the flash of engines and shine of chrome, his lifestyle is built on layers of smart moves. He poured his earnings into real estate, quietly buying up pieces of the city that built him. While others burned through their checks, Garcia played the long game, stacking properties, building businesses, and securing a future far beyond boxing spotlight. His wrist tells another story, too. From the timeless glow of a Rolex to the rare elegance of a Patek Philippe, his watch collection isn't just about time. It's about moments, legacy, and the memory of giving his father a $21,000 Rolex, not out of obligation, but out of pride. Diamond chains, designer clothes, rare sneakers, and personalized boxing memorabilia. They're all part of the canvas. But none of it came easy. Every luxury is stitched with sacrifice, and every jewel hard-won. The relentless drive that turned him into a world champion became the fuel for his next chapter. He launched Danny Garcia Promotions to help rising fighters chase their own dreams. He invested smartly in real estate, stacking bricks in the same Philly streets that raised him, owning not just property, but pride. Then came the DSG Barbershop. More than a business, it became a symbol, a place where athletes and artists come for a cut, but leave with a piece of the champion story. And with DSG Apparel, Danny turned his fight-born fashion into a streetwear brand that embodied style, struggle, and survival. But perhaps the most powerful punches he ever threw were the ones no one saw: his work in the community. From funding youth boxing programs to supporting students with scholarships, Garcia gave his heart back to the city that shaped him. His impact reached beyond the ropes, into classrooms, gyms, and homes. Still, one question hangs in the air like the final bell. When a man has fought so hard, built so much, and given everything, how does he know when it's finally time to let go? Before you go, don't miss out on exclusive perks. Click the link in the description to become a channel member and enjoy awesome benefits, like suggesting future video topics, getting early access to new content 48 hours before anyone else, and much more. Your support means the world and helps us keep bringing you the stories you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. And while you're here, why not check out our deep dive into Teofimo Lopez's video? Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.